Welcome back to Charlie's Kitchen. How's everyone doing on this Saturday morning? It is early, y'all. It is 6 o'clock in the morning, but I want to get an early start on getting my chicken done, my whole chicken, as you can see here. So I've already cleaned it and everything, and so I think I want to see if I can get that part off. Sometimes you clean it and everything and then you see something else. Um, but anyway, wanted to get that little fat off. So I have all my seasonings here. I'm going to go ahead and start seasoning away so that I could get this in the oven. Now, normally I would do this at night, but I had to thaw this out last night. So I would have did it yesterday and just went ahead and let it marinate overnight. But this time we're not doing that. Let's flip it over. And this is Badia Complete. I have the orange one as well, so I normally use that. That orange one is citrus. So we just want to season our meat. And I'm going to keep washing my hands. That's just something I do. I'm putting a little oil on it. Oh, it'd be nice to open the oil, right? I guess it's too early for my brain. Even though I'm normally up at 5 in the morning. Pretty much every morning. But you would think on a Saturday I could stay my butt sleep. But no, that's not it. I think about everything I got to do. And let's just get it done, right? Put some oil on the top as well. And just cover my chicken. And putting that oil is a way to, as your chicken is cooking, it will get a little crust on the outside, but it will also tenderize it, believe it or not. So that's the great thing about that. Okay, let me wash my hands again. Now we're going to put the garlic powder. And then your seasonings stick better too when you put the oil. That's a great thing too. It sticks to the meat. And you always want to be flipping it over so your seasonings could get all over your chicken, not just on one side. Don't be afraid of your garlic powder and your onion powder and stuff. Those are going to give you flavor, and those don't have no salt in them. So you don't have to be scared of them. This is onion powder. The one I used before was garlic powder. And make sure you're rubbing it in between the crevices of your chicken so everything is getting it. Okay, now I'm going to use my roasted garlic. And I like this one because it's like whole pieces of the roasted garlic. So it's going to kind of give it a crust too. Help with the crust, I should say. You see how that's just falling into place? I love that. Okay. You probably keep hearing me washing my hands. That is something I do while we doing this. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. It really does help the channel to grow. If you have any questions about anything, please make sure to put it in the comments. If you ever message me, you know I respond. I mean, there's probably a lot of YouTubers out here that don't respond, but I respond to every message. As long as you send me a message, I will respond. So if you have a question, or is this something that you want to see on the channel that you haven't seen yet? I take suggestions, you know. You're the one watching it, watching the channel, right? So if it's something you want to see, I want to know that. Period. Period. So now I'm getting ready to sprinkle a little seasoning salt. And it's no MSG, my seasoning salt. That's the only one I use. Okay, now I'm going to flip it over. You'll keep seeing me do that process. Flip it over. Gotta wash my hands again. Every time I pat the chicken, I gotta wash my hands before I touch anything. Because you don't want to be spreading any kind of E. coli on your seasoning products. And then you want to make sure that you're wiping off your seasoning products, right? You have some wipes or something. That would be great. Some Lysol wipes. And then just wipe them down when you finish, because you are touching them even though you wash your hands. Something can be getting transferred. That's how I think. So if you think like me, just be cautious. Okay, so now I'm using my garlic salt, no MSG. I'm gonna flip it over again. This is looking good already, huh? In my opinion, it is. Yes. And I'm just kind of patting it to rub everything in. And my last ingredient or seasoning is going to be my barbecue seasoning. No MSG. I want to get a little barbecue flavor. And this is going in the oven. Just patting it. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Please forgive me. Like I was saying, this is going in the oven at 350. And I'm just going to watch it. I'm going to let it, you know, since it's Saturday, and I am going into work for some extra hours today, but I have, you know, since it's 6 o'clock in the morning, well, it's a little after 6 now, but since it's 6 o'clock in the morning, I could let this just slow cook for like 2-3 hours. So if I might not do it at 350 today, I might do it at 250. So I could just let all those flavors get in the meat and take its time. So it's just totally up to you what you have time for, you know. If you don't have the time, then do 350. And then it'll probably be like an hour and a half. But still check it, because it depends on the weight of your chicken as well, as far as how long you need to cook it, right? And you want to make sure that it's cooked thoroughly, because you don't want anyone to get sick in your family, right? So you always want to be checking your chicken. So I'm going to get my baking pan. And excuse the noise, but I had to get my baking pan, because I just put this on a tray. And we're going to do one of these and just slide it on here. Put some of our paste that's on our tray. Get it all over our chicken. Now, if you want to put some chicken stock in here with your chicken, you want to cut up some potatoes and put in here, you can definitely do that. They'll, you know, basically like roast with your chicken. So that's something that you could do. You want to put onions, bell peppers, you could do all that. I'm not doing all that today, but I might put some water in here so my chicken can stay moist. I'll see if I have some chicken stock in the cupboard, but I will add something to my pan as well. So that is going to wrap up this part. I'll come back and show you the progression of my chicken, as it were. Again, this is Charlie's Kitchen. I am Chef Charlie. I love you guys, just so you know, okay? On this Saturday morning, I just want y'all to know y'all are loved, and go through your day knowing that somebody out here loves you, okay? And God loves you as well. And I'm going to come back in just a bit, okay? See you soon. Okay, so now I've added my water around the edges of my chicken. So I would say it's probably 1 inch to 1.5 inches deep of water that you'll see here. So my chicken can have enough moisture that it needs. A lot of times when I bake chicken, sometimes I use like orange juice, Sunny Delight, the one of their blends. I normally use that, and it tends to do really well with my chicken. Even in the air fryer, I have put a whole chicken in there with the orange juice and seasoned it up, obviously. and it did really, really well. So today I'm using water. Again, you could also use chicken stock as well if you wanted to put in there. That would give it more flavor. If you don't have enough seasoning, you would get the flavor from your chicken stock or what have you too. But again, I'm using water. Again, also, if you want more of a slower progression of your chicken to cook, go ahead and do 250 as far as the degrees that you're going to cook it at. And then you're just going to watch it, right? It could be anywhere from 2.5 hours to 3 hours when you do 250. Now, if you go ahead and do what I normally do is either 350, 375, you're obviously going to have a lower time that you would be cooking your chicken for. So it'd probably be closer to 1.5 hours to 145 hour and 45 minutes, something like that. So you just have to check it, and like I said before, it totally depends on the poundage, if that makes sense, of your chicken. So how many pounds your chicken is what that's going to depend upon. I think this one is between 7.5 to 8 pounds. So if I do a slower progression, obviously, then I need to be cooking at probably closer to 2.5 hours. Okay, so that's just to give you a little range as far as what you'll be doing in your kitchen if you decide to do this today like me. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get it in the oven now, and I'll come back and let you see the progression as it cooks. Okay, see you soon. Okay, so you're back with your girl. So I want you to see my chicken up close and personal. What I'm doing right now is just kind of basting it with the liquid here that's in my pan. And then I'm gonna put it back in the oven for probably another 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, so you want to be doing this with your, just like you kind of would do with a turkey, you know, around Thanksgiving time. You want to be basting it, if I'm saying that correctly right now. Sometimes I know what I want to say, but sometimes it just doesn't want to come out. Does that ever happen to you? It happened to me quite often. But look at that. Doesn't that look amazing? Looks amazing. So, there you have it, you guys. This is Chef Charlie's baked whole chicken. Looking quite amazing. Like I said, I'm going to put it back in the oven because it still needs to tenderize here in the middle. Okay? All the rest of it is pretty much cooked, but we need some tenderization like right here in the middle. And as you can see, I do slits so that all that juice can just get up in there and tenderize the meat even more. Okay, and look at that golden color. Isn't it beautiful? So just wanted to bring you back into Charlie's Kitchen so you can see me cooking up as I do many times in Charlie's Kitchen, but so you can see it up close and personal and not just take my word for it when I'm showing you any meals. You can see me cooking them, so you know I'm doing it right here in my kitchen. So from my kitchen to yours, as I always say, I am Chef Charlie. I am going to be out. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. It helps the channel to grow. Until next time, everybody, have an amazing Saturday. Stay blessed and have a wonderful Easter Sunday tomorrow. Bye-bye.